Okay, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of extremely nervous to do this LP for you guys because I don't know how it's going to go over. This is a game that I personally enjoy a lot, and like I've played it pretty much to like I think almost 100%. If not, I've got up to like at least 99%. And today we are starting a game that is going to be kind of a wild card, is essentially for my LP style. And I also just bought some DLC for it, so we gotta see it. Welcome to the Square Enix title, or Square Enix IP, yes, and Amy, whatever, this game. We have now, I'm not using that. I might use that one, because that's actually not too spoilery. We got that one. We got the library desk. We got the dice. We got the cards. We got the music, which I will probably play on my own time. And we got the pixel art set, which is the set that I wanted the most. I just bought the other ones because I'm actually very curious if you guys will want to see it in this style. And if not, I could change it to default. But, yeah, let me go into the settings real fast. That cards. Fine. Oh crap, you actually have to unlock these. I might unlock that later, because there's still a lot of this game that well, I mean, to be fair, there's not a lot of this game I'd still have to understand, but there's a ton of it where I'm not entirely sure about. But yeah, this is the set I definitely wanted to get the most. We'll apply the changes, and we can also change it at any given moment. And I am also just curious, I'm not going to leave it, is this copyright? This is all copyright stuff. Devolas. I think that might be the near stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, I like the default stuff too, so I'll put that on. I might play another game with the DLC music on. So for those who don't know, Voice of Cards came out last year. It's actually a still really new game in my opinion. And the sequel came out not too long ago. I have been playing the sequel on my own time, mind you. And holy crap is it fun. So, with very little explanation, because we kind of get thrust into the story as we play it. Let's just sit back and listen to the narrator. You have, your completed save data found. Do you want to carry it over to a new game? What does this entail? Because I might have to go back on this. Also, you shelve the cards. I think that's just for the demo. If that is from what I played on the game itself, I'm going to go back on that for damn sure. Because if it skips like the introduction, I might have to also go back on that too. Hopefully it's just from the demo I played. Evil's crap. Yep, that's because I beat the game. Let us not use save data from my finished copy of the game, because that's going to ruin a lot of things. Like, it'll make it easier on some aspects, but I want to show it off like a vanilla playthrough. I don't want to show it off as in like, hey guys, look, I got New Game Plus mode essentially. And it's like, no. It also kind of gets rid of like the fun in the early bit of the game, so yeah, we're not doing that. Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought that was going to carry over save data from like the demo, because I know my first run did that for some reason. And the demo is fun. Like, trust me, the demo is really good. The funny thing about the demo is it actually has no bearing on the main story itself. You're probably thinking, well, then why not do the demo for a short little LP? I might actually, because the demo is very interesting. It's also more or less to like break you into the style of this kind of game, which, believe it or not, is a tabletop game. And yes, this is why one of the many reasons I'm very scared to do this LP. Because I don't necessarily know how tabletop games will handle with my audience. Like, my audience is very clearly, like, kind of more 3D or 2D kind of games. This is a very, like, 2D, like, extremely 2D kind of game, but I love it to pieces. I'll be quiet.
Good afternoon, or should I say evening, morning. Morning? At any rate, I am the Game Master. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Before we begin, there is something I must tell you. You see, my job is to draw you into this world with my voice and cards, which is why I believe it best for you to play with the sound on. In fact, I insist on it. However, as you can see, my voice is subtitled, so you can always read along as well. Now then, are you ready? Let's begin. Welcome to Voice of Cards. You are about to take the first steps of your adventure. Through a realm of sword and sorcery you will travel, battling bloodthirsty monsters as you strive to realize your ambitions. I have every faith you will accomplish great things here. I am merely a witness to your exploits. Now then, your departure draws nigh. May your journey be a safe one. We begin in a cave. The surrounding rocks are slimy with damp. It feels as if some foul creature could leap out from the shadows at any moment. Yet in this horrible place gathers a fellowship of 3 adventurers. One is a young woman. You can tell just by looking at her, she enjoyed a good upbringing. Another is a stoic warrior. He stands at the ready, scanning his surroundings for any sign of threat. Last but not least is the old man. He has a sagely air and gazes into the darkness stretching out before him. These adventurers seek a certain treasure hidden in this cave.
Okay, I really did not want to talk over that entire opening cutscene. So, yeah, here we are. Here's your piece in the middle of the screen. You select it to move the direction you want. I'm not gonna lie.
The adventurers cannot leave without finding that treasure.
There's a lot of witty dialogue like that, so I'm going to purposely go and do some crazy things. And before we go into anything super detailed, this game is freaking weird. Like, you're gonna see a lot of, like, dialogue things that you think you would not normally see in a game. But trust me, I'm going to be doing a lot of stupid things.
An iron door towers before you. It has rather conspicuous handles.
What do? You push on the door or pull on the door? I mean, let's pull on the door.
The stoic man takes hold of the handles and pulls as hard as he can, but the door doesn't so much as budge. The stoic man winds his leg back and lets fly a powerful kick into the door. As his foot connects, the door trundles to the side. So it was one of those sliding contraptions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure no matter what you pick, you get that kind of result. So, if you guys do not know me, I love to explore in these kind of games.
Something leaps out at the fellowship from the darkness.
Okay. So, you're going to see me do, like, a lot of just going around pointless areas. So get ready for this. The fight is on. Take down enemies and victory should be yours. So, I don't think the game ever dropped their names outright, but this is Guinevere. I forget all of their names. I know this is one of yours, that's really about it. So, how the battle system works is just as follows. You basically have items you can pick from, so you have your own cards for items. You have your own battle turns where you can pass a turn, use a standard attack, or use things that would take up gems. The deal plus 10 is going to always be whatever your current attack is, so it'll be a 23 opposed to a 13. The enemy defense and how you read it, or how you would normally read it, is just as follows. I'm going to zoom in. Ooh, boy, that's a real zoom in. 9 to attack, and then 5 to defense. The 14 is what their max HP is, and then 14 is what their current HP is. It's going to make a lot more sense as we play more and more of it, but skeletons are generally weak to light. And with that, we already did 25 damage? 25 damage. It's telling us about the HP thing when I just went over, the attack, and our attack. They're not generally weak. This guy doesn't have any sense of like a standard attack, so I'm probably just gonna skip his turn and get another gem for our concentration. Yeah, words. Does it battle private? Yeah. That does it for basic battle. The rest is up to you. Handle it player wise. Whatever. This guy, the big stoic man. Yeah, I'll just do this. Probably gonna end it real fast. 19 damage. There you go. I will show off their default things because it's really good, but I like this pixel thing. I'm not gonna lie. A good warrior wastes no time. Yeah, the game is gonna sass you a little bit here and there. It's a very funny but sassy game.
These adventurers have seen their fair share of battle and defeat their attackers with ease.
I'm trying to make sure it doesn't overpower me. Setting up this LP was a pain in the butt. That's also probably another reason why I was like kind of hesitant towards doing this as an LP.
As the trio approaches the treasure chest, an awful rumbling resounds deep in the cave.
Ooh!
You shall not have it, a voice growls.
Okay.
Before the wary trio appear creatures the likes of which they've never seen.
I think it's just skeletons. I believe it's just skeletons. It is slimes. Oh, that's actually far worse. It's slimes and a skeleton. They got 11 attack and 8 defense, but the skeleton has 13 attack and 8 defense. So, going over the rules of each character. Guinevere is clearly the healer. She's going to be a character who's going to be mostly in the background and trying to heal. She does not want to be the fastest character, but she definitely wants to be one of the slower to, like, medium to slowest characters on the field. There are ways you can dictate stuff later in the game. We cannot do anything right now because it's preset. As of right now, I'm going to just try to win this fight and then see how far we can take ourselves. Because this is the end of this little area. I thought the game didn't start out like this, so I'm not going to lie. When you guys saw me open the home menu for the Switch, I got really concerned thinking I was playing the demo for some reason. I don't know why the demo would have DLC, but maybe. Okay, so we take no damage. Also, the skeleton has a passive ability where he basically gets 3 HP back every turn. You want to definitely get him out of the way as soon as possible. No one's injured enough to the point where I feel like I need to heal them. So let us all rinse and repeat our same attack patterns. Also, you can definitely tell who's going next based off the loading. You see, as the enemy cards inch forward every so often, that's just telling you that's their turn to attack. So, reading that, you can generally judge when your characters will attack and when the enemies will attack. There's going to be a lot of times in the middle to the end game that we may actually move slower than the monsters. That is not entirely impossible. I have definitely seen a final boss rush, and yes, I do mean a final boss rush, where the party was moving a lot slower than the boss. And sometimes you might want that. Like, that sounds like, you know, really crazy. But there are some strategies that work around that. And plus, as you guys just saw, you can get crits randomly. It's still an RPG, it's still a Dungeons & Dragons-esque RPG. And experience doesn't matter at this point in the game because we don't get to keep it. I'm being serious, you don't get to keep that.
The young woman edges around the monster's bulk to stand before the treasure chest. There is treasure inside, no doubt about it, but it's locked tight.
You gotta find, there's gotta be the best way of opening it. How about using a key? And yes, there is flavor text when you use other items on it, it's just, I kinda wanna get this done.
Clicks open. Inside is what appears for all the world to be an ordinary medicine bottle. At last, we've retrieved the royal treasure, the old man says. The woman and warrior exchange a nod.
The White Robe Adventurers found the royal treasure.
Their quest complete, the triumphant trio put the cave behind them.
And with that, we're already done the prologue. That, funnily enough, is where the demo ends. But we're not playing as those three. If you can tell from the title screen, you can tell we're not playing as those three. But they will have major importance towards the story entirely. And I really do love the telling of a story through cards like this. And I'm not gonna lie, I definitely like this theme a lot more than the sequel game's theme. The sequel game's theme is really good, but this one just definitely captures your attention right off the bat. And with this, we are now going to start our actual adventure. I really don't want to know all their other names. I could have paused and looked at it. I know Guinevere was definitely one of them. Guinevere's the woman. The Journey in Pursuit. I also should have read the text for people, but I didn't, so I apologize. I might do that for other chapters. Ah, everyone's 8-bit! Oh, that's actually really cool. It's not 8-bit, it's pixel, but still, that's really cool. I actually like that art decision. I might keep this on just for myself.
This is Castle Advent. Queen Nilla reigns over the kingdom from within its walls. In the crowded audience chamber jostle all manner of knights, adventurers, and bounty hunters. The white-robed adventurers stand close to the throne. A palace guard calls over the tumult. Be silent. Her royal majesty graces us with her presence.
Tumult. I think I looked that up at one point. I actually didn't know what tumult is. I still don't remember what it is. There's gonna be a lot of words that just aren't in normal speech.
The cacophony ceases the moment Queen Nilla enters the chamber.
Huh. That's actually really weird, the way the pixel art looks for that one in particular. Is that maybe a mouth guard? Because it looks like in the actual art she's holding up a mirror, or some kind of pendant to her mouth.
Seated upon the throne, the queen faces the crowd. Her lips part. Thank you all for heeding my call to slay the dragon.
To be fair, that actually does look like a bib also. Or not a bib, but a pacifier. I don't know why I just thought about that.
Whatever it takes to defeat this reawakened evil, I ask that you do it. Whomsoever conquers this beast will be honored for ages to come and handsomely rewarded. At that, the gathered crowd cheers loud enough to shake the castle's very foundations.
Oh, great.
Leave the dragon to us, your majesty, say the white-robed adventurers, as if the beast's demise at their hands is assured. Indeed, you did well to reclaim the royal treasure, the queen replies. I thank you, for my stomach becomes most upset without it. So the treasure is a staple of the royal medicine cabinet. It puts my mind at ease to know the Ivory Order offers its aid in slaying the dragon. The trio are disciples of the Ivory Order, a charitable organization beloved the realm over. Indeed, anyone would think this illustrious trio the heroes of our tale. But they'd be wrong.
Yep, here's where the silly little antics come into this game already.
So we just gotta slay the dragon and we'll be drowning in gold. The man trails off, drooling over unknowable fantasies. Beside him, a strange creature lets out a chirping coo. Pay attention, because this is important. There he is, or there you are, I should say, the hero of our tale. A humble bounty hunter. You love little in this realm more than coin. A seemingly tedious fellow who doesn't hesitate to claim the title of hero for yourself. When you heard about the quest to slay the dragon, it was the promise of reward that lured you to the castle. Now then, if you wish to officially register for the hunt, see me so I can get your signature. You wonder why you need to sign anything, but head for the guard anyway.
And with that, we actually do have to head to the guard. Or we could go talk to some of the other people. Guard up there, whenever the card is flashing, that's where you know you have to go.
Shall we?
That's where you know you have to go, rather. Yep. That's just telling you if you have if you haven't played for a while, the game will give you a little like, hey, this is what you have to do next. So let's talk to you.
The man takes one look at your companion and shrieks, "Monster!"
Well, thanks, you jerk.
You think the dragon's really as tough as they say? Asks the man, his knees knocking together.
Oh, great.
That reward for slaying the dragon is as good as mine, barks the man.
Oh, overconfidence. That's always great to see.
We of the Ivory Order will be the ones to restore peace to the land, brags a white-robed man. My colleague made me come along, but he didn't mention we were going on a quest to slay the dragon, she says, trembling.
Okay.
You'll need tough gear if you're going to beat the dragon, the man tells you.
Oh, that's actually not exactly wrong. That's kind of definitely on par with what we're going to be doing.
Keep your ears perked. You never know what you might hear that'll lead you in the right direction, the man says. You think. If the heroes of the Ivory Order are hunting the dragon, he's as good as dead, says the man, relief spreading across his face.
Okay. What about these guys?
The Ivory Order trio stands before you. They seem not the most approachable of parties, but...
say nothing, or who are you gonna... Who are you supposed to be? Who are you supposed to be?
You inquire about their identities. We are disciples of the Ivory Order. It is our duty to aid the realm and its people however we can. The Order's principal focus is developing medicine to distribute to people throughout the world. They begin blathering an answer to a question you didn't even ask.
Yeah.
Sensing a long lecture ahead, you seize on the first chance to extricate yourself from their presence.
Yeah. Okay, just to test the waters of this LP, I'm going to stop this LP, or not stop, I'm going to not record more of this LP until we are given a couple things. I want you guys who watched the first episode of this LP to think of a name for our character. I am not going to name the character myself, but I am for sure going to let you guys name the character. It is very interesting, and it doesn't come up like at all during the actual story, But I think, you know, maybe for the course of an LP that, you know, I don't want full control over. I want to hear what you guys have. And if you guys want, like, oh, just say, like, the default one, just say default. Like, there is a default name for this character. But, you know, it seems a little counterproductive to name the character after myself because this character actually doesn't remind me of myself at all. There's another character in, well, obviously there's only 2 games out right now. The character in the second game reminds me more of myself. This character is definitely a lot more juvenile. I guess juvenile is a good way of saying it. You'll definitely see more and more of it as we play throughout the game. But you know, I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. Until then, later.